Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors, of course, go to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who deserve double honors. Salutations also to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth, all honesty, sincerity, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. All right, salutations go out to you. This is Naaman with the DC camp. And, hey, uh, uh, hey, checking out this game, Monday Night Football. This young man, 24 years of age, Damar Hamlin, uh, you know, they're not sure of his status. Now he collapsed on the field after making a tackle, stood up, then collapsed. They were doing CPR on the field. But this is all to say that for the longest we've been out there on the highways and byways trying to tell you that time is of the essence. All right, meaning you don't have much of that time. All right, because this devil, this so-called white man, this Edomite, all right, he's making plans, especially for us. All right, time is of the essence. All right, this is why you should continue to pray and pray always, as it says in Luke 21 and 36. But let's get this right here. This is 2 Corinthians 5 and 11. It says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord. I'm sure this young man, you know, like I said, 24 years old. I'm sure when he went out there, you know, he dressed up for the game and got out there. The last thing on his mind is, this could be the last game I ever play. You know, regardless of if, depending on the extent of his injuries, if he even makes it. That's the point I'm trying to make, because they say he's in critical condition. You know, and this is something that, when you really think about it, guys that in a sports, especially like football, you should be treated as boxing. What do they tell you? You know, at any time you're in this ring, it could be your last time. You don't know, you know, really how your body's going to react to a certain punch. Same with these guys out here running into everybody. You got everybody that weighs anywhere from 175 pounds to well over 300. All right. Hey, it's just like a demolition derby with human bodies, you know. And at the end of the day, for these rich, wealthy Edomite men, you know, it's, you know, like I say, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. These are like plantation owners, you know. That's all they care about. I am surprised that they didn't continue to. Hey, I have to put it out there. I am surprised that they didn't continue this. All right. But all the more reason why. All right, it says, knowing therefore the terror of the Most High, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and our trust also are made manifest in your conscience. All right, sorry about that. Consciences. Let me read that again. 2 Corinthians 5 and 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and our trust also are made manifest in your consciences. All right. All right. So this is what we try to do. And like I said, let's go to Luke here, because it's very serious thing here. It says Luke 21 and let's see. Hey, I'll start at 34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting. What's surfeiting? Let's go down here. All right. Whoops, 34. Sorry about that. All right, it's going to say it twice here. It says properly a headache or a seizure of pain from drunkenness. All right, that is by implication a debauch, as in debauchery. All right, surfeiting. All right, and you know how they do it. So as it says, like oftentimes in certain like that, it'll tell you twice. So it follows it up, and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. All right, as it did to this young man, unawares, thinking you got your whole life in front of you, and what happens? All right, that's what this world does. All right, it's nothing but temptation. It's nothing but snares and traps. All right, because who's ruling this? Remember Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The wicked rule this world. All right, and they got all kinds of things for you. All right, all right, that catch the eye. All the senses. All right, that's why you got to be very careful. So let's get. I didn't want to take too long on this, but yeah, here's another one that should drive it home even more. This is Sirach 5. Let's see. Even more so. Let's start at the top, because these guys at that age, they're making a lot of money. You know, this is what, as in Snoop Dogg, as he said in that song, he said, "I got my mind on my money on my mind." Right? This is what. Hey, 24 years old. Come on now. His mother had to come out the stands, you know, to go to the hospital. Um, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 verse 1 says, "Set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart." And this is what people do, especially at that age and younger. All right. Man, all caught up in it. You know, money, women, you know, got to get that house for moms, you know. 3, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. And that's another thing. That's big. All right. Especially with young Jake. All right. And with, I remember I said about the traps and snares and said, especially with this music that's put out there, and we know who orchestrates all of that, you know, the ones that owns these companies. We're attacked from all different directions. All right. Verse 4, say not I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And this brings up another point about the so-called Christian church. All for, I don't know, untold generations, all right, going back to the, you know, slavery, it was pushed on us that, you know, we were just here to work and to please the so-called white man. And to an extent, yeah, that's true, because we're under punishment, we're under the curses, all right? But the tactics that this devil used, and that Christianity was one of them. And my point being, everything is all right. Just call on the name of you know who, JC. I don't even want to say it. All right. All this, and all the while, can't say up even a percentage, but some even knew who we were. All right, especially those elites in this, well, it's not even a game, this system that they set up and rigged just to keep us down. All right. And for those of you who say, nah, oh, he isn't going to blame him, we've got to consider here. Listen, Of all the people that have come over to this country, why were we the only ones, let's see, number one, to get a heavily redacted Bible? All right. Uh, Everything we ever did to try to gain independence on some level was always sabotaged, and till this day still remains so. All right. In other words, we were never allowed to generate and maintain any kind of generational wealth. When you think that someone that wants to put all that behind them and say, you know what, yeah, we brought you over here, blah, 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 but why the constant? Let's get, I didn't mean to go this route, but why the constant? Here's my point. Israel's remnant taunts Babylon. Here it is. Oops, golly, how did I do that? Verse 6, it says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. See, a lot of our people under the impression that this so-called white man stopped, all right, with what he's doing. No, he didn't. He just changed tactics. All right, it's, all right, now he makes you want to fight to stay in your condition. That's some fucked up shit. That's some witchcraft. All right. What's that expression? The best slave is somebody that doesn't know that he's a slave. Therefore, you go out and you defend this shit all the while. He's still, you know, whew, this motherfucker got a lot to pay for. Continuing on, Isaiah 14:6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. He continually, and he's not going to let up. This system that he's got is so good, it's lucrative. You got to understand, slavery in its totality, and a lot of people, they think, oh, 1865, they don't even realize that Lincoln's cohorts, all right, his fellow politicians, they knew that the Emancipation Proclamation was bullshit. And it was. We were never freed. It was just we went from being on plantations and we became wards of the state, or the government, I should say. That's it. And you, for those of you that still think, you know, we're out there just, you know, running our mouths to be running our mouths, you never consider, why are we still on the bottom? And you're looking for your usual excuses that are put out there, like, oh, it's economics, you know, it's even going to biology. No. They purposely sabotaged us because the elites know who we really are. And we got people dressed up in black pretending to be us. See, this is a spiritual thing. All right, and they know as long as they can keep us calling ourselves black or even African, which we're not. All right, we were refugees in that country, fleeing from the Romans. All right, but a lot of us had begun to make that journey, especially into Egypt, around 59 BC, somewhere in that era, that time period. All right, because of what was going on with the Roman Empire and their persecution of Jerusalem and the Israelites. Up until, you know, 70 AD to 73, all right, and then Masada and all that, you know, we had to go. So that's when the bulk of us, you know, we scattered abroad. All of us were scattered, but the bulk of us went into what? Africa. You gotta understand, you got more dark-skinned people, so we could hide around. But we ended up mainly on the West Coast. But again, I didn't want to get off track, but here it is, this young man, like I said, the theme here is the time. And you should be afraid because this man has plans. So here's where I was, let's see, go back to Sirach. All right. Where did I leave off? 7. Okay. Nope. Let's see. Yeah, 5. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. All right, and say not his mercy is great; he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. That's what creation. That's what Christianity has taught a lot of us. Oh, you can do what you want as long as you call on that name, like I said. All right. Well, the laws are done away with, and yet he passes the collection plate around several times. Well, if the laws are passed away, what about tithe? I mean, you still follow that one, don't you? Anyway, for mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. Here's my point. 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. You know, hey, I wish the young man, the best, but that's another thing. That's not up to me. If that's his judgment, that's his judgment. That's another thing Christianity doesn't teach you. We just got to get the fuck up out of here. All right, because like I say, we're being attacked from all angles. All right, that's why you got to have that whole shield. Let's go there real quick. Oh man. Oh, whoops. The hell did I do? I don't know what that was about. Anyway. Let's see. It's Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. What are we talking about when we say wiles? All right. Let's go there real quick. Method. All right. Let's go to all right. 6 and 10. All right. Huh. Let's see what this one is. Hold on. All right. Yep. Method. All right. Cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. Just describe the so-called white man. All right. Cunning arts, deceit. All right. Yeah. That's him. All right. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. What did I say earlier about Job 9 and 24? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. Malachi 1st chapter, verses 1 through 4 tells you who we're talking about. This is what he's been trying to get away from for oh so long by changing the names of the actual nations. All right. Not everybody thinks there's 132 countries or some shit like that, when there's only ever been 18 nations, including Israel. And there's still only 18. Because he's trying to get away from his true identity. His biblical nationality is that of Edom. He is descendant of Jacob's brother Esau. That's why you have this hatred. It ain't because you're black. No one's black and no one's damn sure white. All right. Oh boy. Hey, so with that, I just had to, bring that up. Hey, time is short. Time is short. Hey, so till the next video, shalom.